Hey, my name is Sean Mabry, I'm a writer, and today I have a really fun, weird writing tip that will, I think, help you out a whole lot with your writing. So, like I've talked about on this channel a bit before, writing can be, difficult. Let's just call it what it is. It can be very difficult, and it can be fraught. It can be intimidating to sit down and put down words to the page when you know someone is actually going to go and read them. I'm not talking about pleasure writing here, I'm not talking about writing for a hobby, I'm talking about when you have a deadline to hit and someone to impress, which is basically always the case for a professional writer. So in that scenario, it's very easy for us to get caught in this state of paralysis where we are, we're living in the future, right? We're imagining the disapproval of the whoever we're going to turn this work into, and that's hampering our ability to just think and get in flow and be creative in the moment. And so, I was listening to some Tony Robbins yesterday. Like I've mentioned before, I'm a Tony Robbins fan, and I had like a huge deadline to hit. I had a story that still needed about 3,000 extra words, and I had about 5 hours to get that done. So I was like, okay, I need to get into writing flow immediately. I cannot afford to sit and fight with myself. So what can I do to get myself in writing mode immediately? And as I was listening to Tony, he said something that I've heard him say a million times, but it's, for some reason yesterday it finally clicked for me. He said, if you need to do something difficult, don't try to do it with your self-talk. Don't stay in your head, because that's just an endless loop of, okay, now I'm ready to do it, hang on, but what if, right? It's so easy to stay in paralysis when we're in our heads. So the solution to that he offered was do something physical. Do something physical and challenging to change your state. And specifically do something that is physical, challenging, and beyond what you would normally do. So I don't even mean like you go for a workout, I mean you go for like a mile-long run or something just bonkers. So as I was listening to this, I was like, okay, boom, done. In my apartment, I'm going to go and do 50 push-ups before I sit down to write. And I picked 50 push-ups, and it was kind of like the first thing that came to my head, and I didn't want to overthink it. But that I'm not a guy. I'm okay with fitness. I do work out, but like I'm not like a Marine here. I don't like normally do 50 push-ups in a row. So because that was outside of my norm, I was like, okay, perfect, because that's going to feel difficult. That's going to be hard. It's going to push my body into a different state, so that when I sit down to write, I'm not thinking in terms of, I'm not sure I can do this, I'm not sure I'm capable, because I've already done something that's beyond my normal behavior, beyond what I would maybe even think I'm capable of. And so when I sit down to write, I'm going to write as if I can do anything. And sure enough, I plowed through those 3,000 plus words, I think faster than I've ever written ever. And who knows if it's my best work yet, but they were pretty good pages. It was not thought vomit. This was like good, solid storytelling. And so my recommendation to you, just like I was describing here, bake it into your writing ritual. You can do this every day. It can be like 50 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 crunches, just something intense and physical that you can get done in like 2 to 3 minutes before you sit down to write. And you will find that the tension and anxiety just do not show up like they used to. So, hope you enjoyed that, hope you find that useful. I will see you all again next week. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, as always.